Hello, I'm Dee Dee Wilbon with the Armstrong-Williams Show. President Donald Trump has pledged to make America great again by doing so with his America First agenda. But what does that really mean? Well, today we're going to break it down. Our first conversation is with Congressman Marlin Stutzman. Congressman Stutzman impressed us when he agreed to spend a morning in early January talking with African business leaders about the America First agenda. It was only days after President Trump's inauguration, and concerns were high about America's new global posture.
I believe in President Trump's America First agenda, but that doesn't mean America only. That means we have to focus on making sure America is strong and healthy, so that way we can continue to have the impact around the world that America is known for.
I always think about how I grew up on the farm, and my granddad and my dad and just my entire family. It was always about service and helping other people, whether it was the neighbors, whether it was people at church. But they would always say, "Look, you have to go out and work and make a living so you can go help other people, because it's hard when you don't have." If you don't have extra, it's hard to give. And I think that's what the heart of America really is how can we help others? But in order to do that, you have to be healthy first. You can't go help a person who's sick if you're sick yourself. And so being healthy is part of America being, America first. But then once we are in a position to help others, we can go do that. And so that means it's not just us being greedy and only holding things to ourselves.
Christians who support President Trump's America First policy have been criticized for what some say is turning a blind eye to the plight of the poor. As foreign aid is being cut, potentially hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants are deported. Critics argue that Christians are ignoring the scripture that calls for compassion to the least of us. Terrace Todd, who served in President Trump's first administration, believes America First is, in fact, compassionate.
To me, it's really a biblical concept. The Bible talks about how he who does not provide for their own first, especially those in their own household, it says, number one, they have denied the faith and they're worse than an infidel or an unbeliever. And so starting at home first makes perfect sense. And to be honest with you, I think, those around the world, I think they could have a lot of respect for that. That our president is putting our priorities, or the American people, a priority first before going into the uttermost parts of the earth, right? So the America First agenda to me is really a biblical concept. And I'm reminded of a clip that I saw of a previous African leader. I believe he was the former president of Kenya. I could be wrong with that, but he was an African leader, and there was a clip that was going viral out there, and he was basically up at the microphone at a podium, and he said, he was asking his people, "Why are you crying?"
I saw some people the other day crying, "Oh, I don't know, Trump has removed money. He said he's not giving us any more money. Watu wanalia." Why are you crying? It's not your government, it's not your country. Hey, you don't pay taxes in America. This is a wake-up call for you to say, okay, what are we going to do to help ourselves?
Consider this. Over the last 4 years, approximately 2.5 million illegal immigrants have entered the U.S. The U.S. trade deficit in goods with the European Union by the end of 2024 was $235.6 billion. U.R. Kenyatta's viral remarks spotlight the truth. President Trump's America First agenda exposes the unsustainability of unchecked U.S. foreign aid and unfair foreign trade. As Congressman Stutzman noted, America First doesn't mean America only. With resilience, consumers and businesses can usher in a stronger future. For the Armstrong-Williams Show, I'm Dee Dee Wilbon.